Hello everyone, welcome back to Beskar Bricks, and today I'm going to be comparing the new versus the old, the first Lego Imperial Stormtrooper and the most recent standard Imperial Stormtrooper. So if you do end up liking this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you like to see me produce more content. And first we're going to be taking a look at each one individually, and then we're going to do a side-by-side comparison like this. Alright, so here's the very first Imperial Stormtrooper ever made. He came in 4 sets, one of them being one of the Jedi, one of the final duels. I think it might have been 2. I have the set, so really I should know it, but one of those, he also came in Ewok Attack, I believe, Cloud City, and the first TIE Fighter, by meaning the first Cloud City and the first Ewok Attack. So he was pretty common. Some of those sets were pretty cheap. I got him in the final duel, which I believe I just already said early in the morning here, but nonetheless I still think that this is a pretty cool little fig, good for its time. Great printing down there too. Like if you look at that printing, I think it looks pretty detailed for the time, and that back printing looks great too. The fact that it has back printing is great. I think they could not have left it blank. The fact that the first Stormtrooper had back printing is pretty good for the figure. And he just had a bullhorn blaster, which is I guess the pre-successor to stud shooters, which I believe they look much better than stud shooters. And he has no leg printing, but he does have the black hip piece and the black hands, which represent armor plating, and no arm printing. I don't think we've ever gotten a Stormtrooper that's had that, but... And no, he has a head. It's yellow, it's fleshed, it's the yellow toned when they still did yellow minifigs. There's no printing on it whatsoever. Kind of interesting. Now, this guy is one of the funny Stormtroopers because he has the mustache misprint, one of the most common misprints that's not on an astromech droid. And I think it's hilarious, I think it's funny, I think it adds to the charm of this figure. Uses the now retired helmet mold. I believe that they modified it slightly over the years, as there's a couple of like molding marks you can see right there. Some residue that I don't believe are on the newer ones, but I think the printing is pretty good. It's not as consistent as what nowadays. I think there's a little bit of stuff on the rim there, and I think it does its job, and that's all it needs to do, especially considering the timeline. I think that this was good for its time. And now we're gonna look at the newest one. All right, now we're on to the newest Stormtrooper. I believe this guy first came out in 2018. Some of the sets that it came out, I believe it came out in the 2020 Advent calendar. The newest 2021 TIE Fighter, the 20th anniversary Imperial Dropship, Death Star. I believe the Death Star trench swinging. I've forgotten what that set name is, but it's up on my shelf, so I guarantee I believe this is actually the figure from the set. And a Junior's TIE Fighter. He came in quite a couple of sets, so he's a very common. One of them being a battle pack, and the printing here looks very, very nice. He has leg printing, and the chest printing looks great. I love how they did that. The chest plate there, and of course with the black hip and the black hands to represent armor plating. No printing on the arms, doesn't need to be. The back printing looks great there, and he also has this brand new helmet mold. I'm going to talk more into detail of this compared to the old one in a little bit, but just looking at it as its own, I think the printing on it is great. It is a dual molded helmet. There's printing on like all around it, even on the back, which is new for Imperial Stormtroopers. Underneath, and there is a angry clone, and you can see the dual molded printing there. He also has the the more modern medium blaster, which looks great. Now, alright, so with that all wrapped up, we're going to look at both of the minifigs side by side. Alright, this is the thing that's going to likely cause the most amount of tension between people when I compare these two, specifically their helmets, but I'll actually save that for last to save you all of that pain, especially if you disagree with me. Now, just looking at these guys right now, a couple of things to point out that's not besides the helmets. Blasters change dramatically in a good way. And their chest prints, while similar, have some key differences, like the main chest plating looks different and upgraded. Looking them on the back, look at that, you can kind of see like that, it's more indent and more black colors, better colors. Overall, you can just see how much an improvement there is between these two, not to mention the leg printing there. So everything at that point, the Stormtrooper here is just the clear winner on which one is better here. Now to move on to the helmets. A lot of people don't like this new helmet. I'm gonna flat out say it right now. I like the new helmet. I think it's good. I like it. While I can totally see why you like the new helmet, I think that this one is the better helmet. I've looked at pictures before. I think it might be a little more accurate, and there's a couple of things I like about it a bit better. Now, the first thing I do is the printing. Now, I do not have the most recent Stormtrooper up here, but it does have the better printing. You know, you have printing on the back of the helmet, which I believe the other one just still didn't have there. One thing I forgot to say, which is the blank yellow head and the angry clown head, that guy is the better head, which I cannot believe I'm saying that that the angry clone is better than something on a Stormtrooper, but there it is. Now, I really like the shape. A lot of people don't like how much it hangs down like that. I think it's fairly accurate. I've looked at a lot of pictures and I've come to my personal conclusion that this helmet is more accurate. Believe me, the old one was really good. Remember, they got this helmet mold just basically like first try, and they did a great job. But it was kind of like the same thing with Darth Vader. You know, the new one is more accurate and better, but the original one still holds up today, which is pretty cool. The only thing that might be slightly awkward is the mouthpiece there, but it's not a mustache, though. And one of the things I really like, let's look at them on the back. You can see the skin underneath here, and here you can hardly see it at all. And that's because, of course, it's dual molded, so they can have the black underneath. There's a lot more of a thicker helmet. It makes them look a little bit more taller. Imperial Stormtroopers are designed to be intimidating, and this guy is intimidating. I think this is the most intimidating standard white and black Stormtrooper yet, and I think that really just makes it more accurate in that terms, really. Like, this guy, I like him better, even though I do really love this guy, actually. I think in terms of, like, my favorite minifigs, I like him better than him, but accuracy-wise, I like him better than him. I like him better because he's old. I like him better because he's more accurate. Now, just all around, I think that the shaping of the new helmet is better. And once again, the older one is good. I can see why someone would like the older one, especially nostalgia-wise. Personally, I've only ever gotten, when I was a kid, to really own like one Imperial Stormtrooper, mostly clone troopers, so I don't really have much of an attachment to Stormtroopers in that sense. But still, I think LEGO have done a good job with both of these for the timelines, but I'm happy with this upgrade, and overall I think that you can really see how much LEGO has progressed in terms of their printings and their molds and their accessories. But that'll do all for this video. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and support the video, and I'll see you in my next video.